Welcome back to the channel. How's everyone doing? KG is here. Match reaction time. Premier League clash. Leeds United at home to Newcastle. One win all season, Newcastle. Leeds United nil. Newcastle United 1. Okay. All right. If you're just coming in, please smash the like. If you're watching a replay, smash like on the video. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, it's one of these people. It's one of these. I think we're gonna just have to get through this one together. It's as the title says, just toothless aggression. We just didn't have anything up top. But look, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. I see a lot of people really disappointed with that. Uh, around Brave Man for doing this, KG. I'm lost for words. Yeah, yeah. Listen. Scott Lightning, what was Bielsa thinking? What we know is Bielsa still chooses Robert over Gelhardt. Yeah, well, listen, when you look, we'll get into it. We'll talk about this one together because, yeah, I said it before. I said it on my preview. I've said it on many platforms this week. You can't lose at home to Newcastle. You just can't. They have everything to lose in this, being in the bottom three where they were. It's on them to come to us and get the win. And you know what? They did it. Dastardly tactics, but they played the game. And you know what? We'll get into it, man. Let's just get into it. Man, gutted. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a few players. There's a few players. Listen, Marcus Smith. Click is never playing for Leeds again. Roberts wasn't helped. So leave him be. Rodrigo needs to be sold. There's a lot to dissect in there, but listen, we'll go through it. Lineup. Why? That was my first thing, which I've said before. Lineup comes out and we see Dan James up front again. Unfortunately, it's not doing Dan James any favors going up front, because what it is, it's creating a false narrative that Dan James is absolutely woeful. And yes, he did waste a couple of chances today, but he's not a striker. He's just not. Like, even his best chance where Dubravka saved it, he still needed that extra second to think about where he was going to put it. A striker just runs onto that ball from Rafinha after that beautiful work by Rafinha past Dummett and just smacks it one time. Dan James is not a striker. And again, in the second half, Dan James, another chance where who had a shot? Was it Rafinha that had a shot? It got saved, and then over the way, Dan James was over the other side, and he puts it very, very meekly back into Dubravka's arms instead of pulling it back to a free click or just taking the time just to stand still and slide it in. But I can't put this on Dan James. I just can't do it, because this is the thing that we get trapped in at Leeds, especially under this regime, is that everyone should just be able to play everywhere. That's not true. It's not true. And to expect Dan James to slot in 2 goals from centre forward, it's unrealistic. It just is. He's more of a creator, more of a work rate guy, as we saw today when he was able to leave the middle of the pitch up top. He's not a striker. But again, people will judge him that he hasn't scored a goal today, and I do get it. I do understand, but I'm not going to put this on Dan James, because then we're buying into this thing that everyone should just be able to play in every position, and I'm not going to do that today. I mean, the main bulk of it, and this is why the video is called what it is because there was a lot of good play, especially in the first half. There was a lot of good play. First half of the first half by Jack Harrison, second half by Rafinha, where they were doing wonderful stuff on the ball, getting the ball across, putting the ball into dangerous areas. And this is where we had no striker. We didn't have that guy that just had that killer instinct just to get in there and follow in. That was the main reason why we lost today. If we had a striker today, I think we win the game. I do. I genuinely believe that, because our chances going forward, they'll be forgotten now because we've lost. And I get it. But we had so many good opportunities just to run through. Even Dan James, when he had when he put one across the box, he was hoping somebody would run into it and put it in. This was in the second half. He was hoping somebody would run onto it and put it in, just slide it in. But everyone just stopped running. because we didn't have a natural striker on the pitch. They don't have that anticipation, what natural strikers have. Listen, toothless aggression, and it was a back and forth game. Something again I knew it would be with Newcastle, but we should be taking care of that. And let's talk about Newcastle's game plan today, because especially in the first half, I think it was pretty obvious what they were doing. They were trying to kill all the time they could. They were going down with little injuries here and there after we had a good sustained amount of play. That was pretty much their game plan all game, but I noticed it especially in the first half, where they were just delaying the game as much as they can. Dubravka had the ball more than anyone, I'm sure. And we played into it. We played into their hands. We started to get frustrated. But listen, we did. I'm getting annoyed now. I'm seeing your comments, man. It's going. I'm disappointed because there's no way we should be losing at home to Newcastle. Just no way. I've talked about that. I thought Strout did well against St. Maximin in the game. Thought Robin Koch again was throwing himself into a lot of shots. He was blocking a lot of shots. Rafinha just sent Dummett down to the Championship. I think Dummett's going to go the same way as Gary Cahill did after this season and just say, you know what, I don't fancy this no more. Time for me to go Championship. Second half was well scrappy. But yeah, I mentioned that Harrison thing. Right. Okay. Let's have a look. Right, yeah. So yeah, we're on 0-0. We're on 0-0. We're looking for a goal. We are looking for a goal, okay? Then we have to say the words that just make you just shiver a little. They do. As a Leeds fan, when you're looking for a goal, these words do make you shiver. They make you a little bit cold inside. They do. Tyler Roberts is coming on the pitch. But why? Why? Why is he coming on the pitch? Why isn't Gilhart coming on the pitch before Tyler Roberts? And this is what I mean when I say sometimes you just have to take a hit with some of these players, in terms of, even if you're not getting someone else in, you have to get rid of them. It's addition by subtraction. Please get this saying into your head. Addition by subtraction, because if they're not here anymore, they can't be selected anymore. It's beautiful. We need that, because there's a couple players here, there's a few players here that are just getting in the way of our better young players, like a Lewis Bate, like a Joe Gilhart. Joe Gilhart had to come on for charity minutes today. Why? I don't get it. If Joe Gilhart was okay to be on the bench, you should just start him. Start him and see how much he can get through, and then take him off if he needs to come off due to fatigue or lack of training or whatever it may be. But you give yourself the best chance from the start of the game, and that's why I opted to go for Gilhart up front and then leave Dan James out. You have to leave one of them out, and that's a good option to have, as Newcastle will tire late in the game, to put on Dan James as sub. But again, we go out with no striker. We are not Manchester City. We cannot do the false nine thing. We are not Man City, where we've got just goals just flowing in from all over areas of the park. So Tyler Roberts comes on and he's involved in the play where he loses the ball. Llorente then just hammers. I mean, he just chopped down Manquillo like a tree. It was ridiculous. And again, you know what? I can't just let Llorente go off with that, because, as we all know, I love Llorente. But you know, you can make a smarter foul than that, than just chopping him down. I'm giving him the same stick as I would have done Liam Cooper for doing something as boneheaded as that. You can do better than that. I know Llorente was frustrated with Roberts for losing the ball, but you can do a better tactical foul than that. It didn't have to be just so blatant. And from there, John Joe Shelby scores a free kick. And again, I've given my young keeper credit all season long. He's got to save that. He just has to. You have to save that free kick. And it kind of affected the confidence for a few minutes after, because then there was another low cross from somebody from Newcastle. And instead of Meslier just grabbing it, it went underneath him, and then somebody had to clear it off the line. It's like, now, It's just very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Gelhardt then does come on. He does come on. Gelhardt, we see him come on in the 80th minute for Mateus Click. And now, listen, I'm gonna say it again. Mateus Click, yet again, right? He wasn't doing anything spectacular in this game, but you know, not many people were, in all fairness, right? Except for our wingers who were doing all the work. Yeah. Mateus Click gets subbed off again and he kicks a coat in anger. This is not the first time he's done it either. It's just amazing that the narrative that certain players get when they're good on social media and everything else like that, how they can get away with certain things, because and there's other players that if they was doing that, they would get absolutely hammered for disrespecting the coach's choice, because that's the coach's choice to bring you off, Mateus. It's not the fans. It's the coach's choice. So what are you mad at? Are you mad at your performance? Are you mad that you couldn't contribute more? Do you think you would have done something in the end? What exactly are you getting mad at? Because there's players that have got sauce and clout that can have a strappy sub. They can. He's not one of them. He's just not. He's not that guy. He's not. But we see Gelhardt get charity minutes, 10 minutes. How is he going to warm up in that? Come on, man. Come on. And a bit, I mean, both sides. I will see both sides. Click could have probably thought, hey, why didn't Rodrigo go off instead of me? Why didn't Rodrigo? I'll give Rodrigo some credit in the first half. He did put through a few beautiful passes to the wingers that then crossed it and no one was there. He did do a couple of nice things, but towards the end, Rodrigo was shooting and it was going into the south stand. Addition by subtraction. I don't care who comes in for the rest of the month. I would love to see a couple of these players go. I just would, because they're just getting in the way. They are literally getting in the way. And I said it in a group chat last night. Whenever I see certain players of past fit, match fit, I feel kind of empty inside. I'm like, because you know what it is. You know that they will automatically take the spots that other players have been doing better in, and no one's going to say anything. But I'm going to say something. I will. Lewis Bates should have touched grass today. He should have been playing today. He should have started. After how he's been used and then subbed off, a home game against Newcastle would have been perfect for him. He was against Shelby, Joe Linton, later on, that Longstaff brother. This is a game you play Lewis Bates in. Home crowd would have loved him too. There's just so many things that have gone wrong this season tactically. The injuries have been horrendous. They have, but there's been a lot of tactical decisions I think that could have been avoided from the start. But it just doesn't seem like we're learning. So, listen, I want to get your thoughts on the game. I want to get your thoughts on the game. Pellegrini, Riccardi, shout out to you. Rodrigo was okay today, KG. Not sure if he's got the legs for the Premier League. Exactly. Pellegrino, that's what I'm saying. I think maybe your name's Riccardi, but you've put the name. I don't know. He did do okay today. His passing in the midfield was decent. It was. But again, using him in that midfield role was the reason why Newcastle were allowed to keep countering us at times when they really shouldn't have been allowed to. Because Rodrigo in that midfield, it doesn't work. And it kind of shows you as well the confidence that Bielsa must have in him to say that we haven't got a striker available and still Rodrigo isn't playing up front. That to me says it all. And I said it again in the group chat. I said, I hope that these games for Rodrigo are just shop window opportunities to show that he's fit, ready to play in wherever he wants to go in Spain, and that teams can take a bit on him now because, again, he's blocking other players' paths into this team. Oh, man, I've missed a couple of super chats. God damn, I'm going to have to try. Let's have a look. Lee Waters, I'm going to try and get you super chat on the pitch. Mr. Jones, thank you so much for being real. Real is all I know. Like, I'm not blowing my gasket about losing. I'm very, very disappointed, though. I cannot lie. There's just some games in the Prem where you have to look at, especially in the position we are in, and you have to think 3 points is the only thing that will do. A draw, you can say, oh, right, we'll take that then. Okay. But to lose, that means we've taken 1 point out of 6 against this version of Newcastle. That's not good enough. That is just not good enough. And just remember the other time we played them was when they still had Mike Ashley and Steve Bruce. They were in turmoil and we still couldn't get the job done then. Man. It's just so this. Oh, here it is, Doctor. And that Doctor, where was you last week, man? Where was you last week? Doctor with the super chat. Thank you for your support, Doctor. Jack back to himself. Raf ain't Dino either. Now, Doctor, I can't let you get away with that one because Jack Harrison was putting some wicked balls into the box in the first half. He was. If we had a striker on the end of, if we just had a striker in the first half, we would have been a couple goals up. I guarantee it. I guarantee we would have been ahead in the first half if we had a striker. I usually don't like that if, buts, maybes, or shoulda, woulda, coulda thing. But it was just obvious. The balls were just flying across. They were waiting for a striker with instinct to go in on them and just tap them in. But we didn't have any. I didn't think Jack Harrison was that bad today, Doctor. I'm respectfully disagreeing, Doctor. I think I've missed the other super chat. Let me just see if I can get that one back, and then we'll get into the rest of your comments. Let me just try and find it, people. Oh Lord. So now at the moment, while I'm searching this, we're 15th, and we could have potentially been 12th. Wouldn't have been joint 11. Joint 11's a myth because our goal difference is a mazza. So let's get out of that joint 11 stuff. We could have been 12th today. Yeah, as I find that, yeah, KG, yeah, and I heard that as well. I was getting my stuff set up. But James is saying, KG, McKinstry was about to come on at the end, and that's in injury time. We're talking injury time, and we're going to bring on McKinstry as we're 1-0 down. Now, come on, bro. Now, we can't keep doing this. You just can't keep doing this. Here we are, Michael Pollard with a super chat. Thank you, Michael. Thanks, KG. Bielsa's sub-choices is worrying. Proof he might not make the tough decisions in the summer. We're going to have a show on that. We're going to have a show on that, Michael, because I wholeheartedly agree with you. And that's one of my reservations about Bielsa staying on another year. I want him to go out as a hero. But if he's going to stay loyal to some of these players, we're going to be in this position again. No question about it. It's no debate either. We will be in this position again. Lee Waters, I think I've caught up on the super chats now. Thank you, Lee, regular contributor to the channel as well. I think I said this a few weeks ago about signings. I couldn't see us signing 3 or 4 quality players. Haven't even got one. Are we even trying? And this is it now. I mean, we're in talks. No, we're not in talks. Well, we're trying to get Aronson in, Brendan Aronson, the USA international. It doesn't matter whether it happens tomorrow or the next day, just as long as it gets done before the end of the window. But if that is really off the cards, as the reports are saying, they're saying that Salzburg have got no intentions of selling this guy in January because they want to push in the Champions League. That's their prerogative. I've seen some people saying, hey, we're offering you 20 million, you should accept it. Like, that's very arrogant. Imagine if somebody come in with a bid for Strauch at 20 million. Should we just accept it? You have to think about it from the other team's perspective sometimes. And if that isn't getting done, then please move on to the next player that's on this list. Please don't let this be another Dan James of the failed promotion season where he's the only one on the list and we've got to get this done no matter what. Please go to the next option, because if you have to do this one in the summer or agree this one for the summer, fair enough, get that done. But we need people in now. We need people in this month. So it doesn't matter now for the rest of the month because we've got no other games. We're on a break now until after the international break and the mandatory break. But you have to get in some quality. As James said, when you're 1-0 down at home and you're thinking about bringing McKinstry on, you got a problem. We got a problem. Right. Blinky Fish. Why change the winning side against West Ham? Whether it's just that he doesn't have the confidence in players like Bate or whatever it may be, I don't know. But it was always likely Llorente was going to come back in. And I agree with that. I'm going to say that from on the bat. I agree with bringing back Llorente. I don't think Yildiz should be a starter just yet. I just don't. I don't think we should be giving him all those minutes just yet. When you really think about it, Strauch and Koch are probably our first choice pairing at this minute in time. But if you're going to move Koch into DM, which I knew we would, then Llorente should come back in. That's my opinion. I don't know if everyone else agrees. I've seen a few Yelder shouts already. But yeah, I just think that he doesn't have the confidence in some of the younger players. But I've got all the confidence in Lewis Bay. I do. And nothing I've seen from him tells me he's going to act or play any worse than some of the players we've currently got. Michael Massey, KG, can you touch on our striker options? Realistically, it's just Gelhardt for the foreseeable future. Why are we not looking for a striker replacement? Yeah. And this is it as well. With Bamford out, and we don't know how long. John Paul Smith, you are always missing super chats to me. I will try and click on them from now on. I will. Yeah. Listen, and even when you put in Rodrigo and Roberts as they claim to be strikers of some sort, just look at their goal return for the year so far. Are those striker options that you can feel you can rely on? Not for me. Not in my book. So we should be looking for another striker, but right now we're bogged down in this Aronson deal, and I don't know if there's any other irons in the fire. I think at this moment in time, it looks like it could be Aronson or bust for this month, and that again puts us behind when it comes to transfer windows because we shouldn't be this far behind. We're already a summer behind from last summer. So now we're going to add January into that where we couldn't get in and a couple players out, a couple players in. It's just comfortable at this club, man. It's just comfortable. That's the worrying thing for me. And the thing is as well, you see a lot of fans are comfortable with being comfortable. That's it. They're just happy to be here, man. I can't think like that. I don't want to think like that. I'm not saying that we need to head for Europe this season. It's not going to happen. But why would you just be comfortable just staying in the division and think that we can go again with this kind of squad next season? It's unrealistic. And again, I always caveat this. This is off the basis of Radrizzani saying that he wants to challenge for top 6 next season. On that, let's have a look. Dan Savage, no, we are not looking at any signings. It was all smoke and mirrors. Yeah, Vic Vinegar, need a striker, can't keep living this way, playing James up front. I'm with you because then I see people just like cussing, like just disrespecting Dan James. But think about it from a player's point of view. He's not going to say no to playing up front, but he's not a striker. Dominic, the 3 points from West Ham look even more important now. Really disappointing result tonight. I trust in Bielsa, but his decision making sometimes is confusing. He's the man, though. We will survive. Yeah, listen, once again, and I said it in my preview anyway. I said even if somehow we lost this game, which we have, we're not. I don't think we're back in the relegation talk. I just don't. But it's just about just pushing yourself further up the table as much as you can. That's all it is for me. And you got to look at the games that we've had this month. It was a beautiful month. Burnley, West Ham in the current state that they're, they've got a few gaps. They're a little bit tired, as they've said themselves. And Newcastle at home, it was a perfect opportunity to pick up quite a few points. And we've just messed it up with this one game. But that's the story of our season. We've had blocks of games like this before where we've had 3 pretty reasonable games and not one. Like sometimes we haven't even won 2 of them. So Paz saying if Tyler Roberts is a Premier League player, so am I. What other Premier League team would he even get into on their benches? Exactly. Can you imagine, Dan Savage, can you imagine what their fans thought when they look at James up front and Rodrigo in midfield licking their lips? Exactly. Chronicle saying Angus Kinnear, our CEO, writes the program notes, and he said that Leeds were only after 1 player this window as they were concerned about new signings interrupting the development of players who have broken into the first team. This is it again. This is the thing that confuses me again, because yes, there's been a lot of debuts handed out this season, and some that really shouldn't have been handed out if we're being fully truthful. But then where is the path in terms of regular first team football if you've done well? We've seen Gelhardt score a goal before and then get dropped completely for the Norwich game. He doesn't even get a kick against Norwich. We've seen Somerville look lively against Wolves. We've never seen him again. We haven't seen him again. And then Lewis Bay, he keeps getting that easy sub. You know, that sub that coaches love to do. They don't like to take off the experienced guy, probably because they will react the way Click did today. But they take off the youngster just because it's easy to do. And we haven't seen Lewis Bay at all today. What? Come on, man. David saying, yes, we need 2 midfielders. And by the way, Dan James couldn't score in a brothel. But, you know, goals would be nice from Dan James. They would, but he's never been a prolific goal scorer anyway. And when he does score goals, he's running from the wing. He's doing like the, I don't want to blast Thierry Henry's name, but he does the from the left-hand side, tuck it in kind of strike. He doesn't go through the middle. Here we go. See, I'm on the super chats. Thank you again. And thanks to the last one for the donation. John Smith saying we had plenty of good players to win this, but Bielsa just seems not to want to play youngsters. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you say stuff like that, John, you are right. But when you say it, people will then go back and say, well, look how many debuts he's give to youngsters this season. That's all well and good, but there's no consistent playing for him. You know, Gelhardt should be starting more games. And again, I know a few people are saying we're overhyping Gelhardt, but he's the best striker that we've currently got. And he's not playing. Lewis Bates should have been playing central midfield today. He doesn't even get on the pitch as a sub. But yeah. North End Soul. Regarding Clickett's passion, let's be honest, he had every right to be peed off. 100% think if we had Forshaw, we would win. Yeah, I mean, there's players missing. I mean, it's quite clear, you know, we missed Firpo, Forshaw today. And I was kind of happy. I think I said it on my preview, but if they're not 100% fit, don't risk them for the game. We've got to think long term. And even though we've lost today, I still feel the same. You don't play them on the risk of them getting re-injured and then making it worse. We've already seen that happen this season with a couple of our players. So we'll take them after this mandatory break and see how we go from there. Let me just see. Let me just get your comments. The comments are coming in quick and fast, people. I'm going to get through as many as I can. Love to hear your feedback on the game, just so I know I'm not going crazy here. Dan saying 100%, mate. Debutants at this level should not be looking at double figures. That does not get you away from the relegation. It suits a business model, not a winning model. Yeah, it suits a comfortable model, Dan. It suits a comfortable model. The players are comfortable. You even got Mateus Click himself coming out on IG saying, tell everyone I'm not going anywhere. Like, I get it, but you shouldn't really be in a position to say that. Like, if that's Rafinha, Calvin Phillips, I can accept that because you've got something behind you to say you're not going anywhere. Your head should still be on the chopping block for potential replacement this month, but they won't because it will break up the family. It will break up the family, so he's not going anywhere. Yeah, LUFC. He drops Helder, Bate, Gelhardt, who played their guts out versus West Ham. Well, Gelhardt Gelhardt didn't play, but then drops them today and we lose. They must be peed off like we are. Yeah, that's it. You usually get rewarded. You used to get rewarded in the team for playing well. You used to if you consistently played well in the champ, you wouldn't lose your place. That used to be the way that it used to work. But as I've said many times on this channel, that Bielsa's never been anywhere this long in his career, and you can see why he gets loyal to players. You can see it. He's got a trust in certain players, and it's hard for other people to break that trust and get in ahead of them. We should not be seeing Tyler Roberts touch grass before Joe Gelhardt in any shape, way, or form. Shouldn't. Harmony saying, congrats, Magpies. Leeds had a visit from the Toothless Fairy today. They deserved the win. Yeah, and you know what? I just want to say this as well. Newcastle, as much as people will criticize the way they play, the time wasting and the everything else that they were doing, that's what you do in the Prem. That's what you do. You frustrate the home team, you frustrate the home crowd, and you house your way to a victory, and they did that today. So I'm not gonna go, and say that we should have won this easily. I think if we had a striker, we would have won. I do genuinely believe that. But I'm not taking anything away from Newcastle because they had quite a few opportunities themselves. And yeah, that's how you win an away game in the Prem. You just get that victory, take the 3 points, and leave. That's what you do. Sam S, great point. Our youngsters are decent, but they aren't particularly the answer either just yet. We need proven players that can actually achieve things at Premier League level. Yeah, that's it. You're right. Spot on, Sam. Chronicles, Bielsa chooses Roberts because he thinks they are more experienced. He's obsessed with experience, not Roberts. Club needs to sell Roberts so Bielsa can't pick him, or we buy a new striker. Yeah. Addition by subtraction. Chronicles, you have to. You have to. Let's have a look. Just going to go through some more of your comments. Tasha saying today was too predictable, too slow in the build-up, allowing them to get back and regroup. That's a fair point. Nothing down the wings at all. Too many players being greedy. Goal came from Roberts' mistake and greed. See, this is again, Tasha. It's all about opinions, of course. But if honestly, I'll repeat one more time. If we have a striker in the middle today, when Jack Harrison and Rafinha put in those cutbacks and crosses in today, we're not talking about poor service from the wings. We're just not. We're not talking about it. But because we don't have a striker there, it just looks like wasted balls. But it wasn't. They were good balls across the box. Strikers love those kind of balls just to tap in the roof of the net. But we didn't have no one. Yeah, Ian J, can't believe catching you live. Ian, are you from Australia, I think? But yeah, straight after the game, that's what I usually do, Ian. So you can always find me here. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, Darren Morris can't play Click and Rodrigo together. Both don't like to defend. Also, Rodrigo not fully fit. Should play bait all over. We should play bait where we were all over the place in midfield. Yeah, Click. Actually, I will shout Clicks and Bale. He did get back a few times today. He did, Mateus Click. But again, it was kind of like a non-entity game. It was just another one of those games where nothing was really happening for him today. But yeah, I completely agree. Rodrigo in midfield has never worked, and it still hasn't worked today. So, Giles, you just know when Tyler comes on, we lose. Fact. Love your channel, KG, and your chats with Lord McGillican and Brownie. Oh my days. Hey, wait there. You're the one that's always telling me to smile, man. You need to cut that out, Sajal. No, I'm only joking, but yeah, big up to you. I'm sure we'll have a debrief this Monday if everyone's available. So we'll all chop it up then and see what other people are saying. Big Mally, hi KG, no complaints from me. James is never a striker. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't lay the blame at Dan James's door, because this is what happens with our fan base, man. Just like the whole drama thing, blaming certain players when it's not their fault that they're in positions what they're in, whether it be a youngster that is more than within his rights to go out on loan and play regular first team football, or Dan James playing up front when he's an out and out winger. Sometimes you just have to put the blame where it should be, and that's on management and the board for not doing the proper job in recruitment. That's it. PSF, everyone was waiting for Bait and Gilhart to come on. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. ST, let's be honest, even on the wings, James was a rip-off. I'm still giving James time. I still think that there's a play there. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's no big deal. But I think at the moment, he's the one that gives us more energy out on the wing than any other, simply because he hasn't played in the system for 3-4 years. Lee Waters with another super chat. Thank you again for the support, man. Villa in for Suarez. We have Roberts win. Haha. That's what I'm saying. I was watching the Everton Villa game earlier, and just seeing Watkins go off and Danny Ings come on, and it's like, damn, that's proper depth. That's proper depth, and we're just not there yet. You know, maybe it will take a couple more years for us to get there, but at this pace, the way that we're going in these transfer windows, it's going to take us way more than 3-4 transfer windows to get anywhere near that kind of depth in the squad. Tom Gatlin, 100% spot on, KG, as we always say. Bielsa's favourites and squad sentiment, sentiment still constantly raising its ugly head. Yeah, yeah. ST, no, he's not worth 35 million. Well, we've paid 25. Okay, we've paid 25 for him at the moment, which could rise to 30. But again, that's rivalry tax that we paid. I said before when we signed him, I think if Leicester had bought him, he would have probably cost 15 to 20 million at best. But because it's Leeds and Man U, you're always going to have to pay that extra for that player. It's just the way it is. Philip Anderson, KG bro, how many times is Bielsa going to keep making the same stupid mistakes? I don't know. And the thing is, Bielsa's not stupid. He just isn't. And he says that he learns from his mistakes, but it's just like if you're consistently caught cheating on your partner, you can say sorry many times, but if you're going to keep cheating, what's the point? You know? I don't know. Mark Story, carrying too many average players. But yeah, it's a family. It's a family. It's not at the moment, it's not really a football club that's looking to push. It's just a family looking to stay together and, you know, play kumbaya and happy families. That's just how it is at the moment. You see it. At my ghost. Bielsa playing players out of position is the problem. We bought James as a winger and Rodrigo as a striker, yet here we are. Yeah. Yeah, man, I see it. There's just a lot of frustration going around. There's a lot of frustration going around. So, what, Southampton ahead? Someone saying Southampton are beating Man City. I don't know. I'll tune in a bit. What have we gone to? 37 minutes. Like I said, please smash the like on the video. If you haven't done that yet, please do that for me. I want to try and get over 500 on this one. There's over 300 people in the building, so I don't think that's a harsh number to ask for. Just helps with the YouTube and the algorithm and everything else like that. Mark York Whites, Kinnear program notes will do nothing for Rafinha contract talks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, if Rafinha does sign a new contract, it's definitely going to have a release clause in it. Let's not kid ourselves there. But you would hope that it would buy you another year of Rafinha. You do. A new contract, you would hope so. You would hope that it would put people off in the summer that he's committed to Leeds again at this point of the season. But if we're not going to make moves to Rafinha should not be getting through all the work he does, like he did in the first half, and not have an assist to his name. It's criminal. And when you guys watch the game back, and when you think that we've been wasteful from the wings and bad decisions and everything else like that, just look at what Harrison and Rafinha did on the wings in the first half, and you'll see we're wasting Rafinha's talent, man. His numbers should be way higher than they are, but he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it with this current version of this team. Ian J with a super chat. Thank you, Ian. You do a great job from Perth, from Northeast England. Oh, okay, right. So you moved out to Perth. Shout out to you, Ian. Yeah, Luke W. Regardless of release clause, Leeds will make big profit from Rafinha. Yeah, we will. Absolutely. Vic Vinegar, massive summer coming up for us, make or break. This is it, and this isn't for this video because this is a reaction to the game today. But yeah, we're going to talk about that at the end, near the end of the season. I'm going to do a video on that, and it will be interesting to see everyone's thoughts of who they think should stay here and who should go. Oh, I've just given my idea away, man. Copycat's going to copy it. Shout out to all you copycats that don't give credit. You know who you are. Gary Keefe saying, felt very sorry for Rafinha. Me too. I felt sorry for him and Harrison. I felt sorry for them both. Can't be doing all that wing work and not having a striker. It's ridiculous. Let's have a look. Pete saying we would have had more money if not waste money on below average players. That's a fair point, but we've also done a fair bit of good business. Gilhart, Yelda, Rafinha, to name a few, and now we've got him fit. Robin Koch, I think he's been brilliant since he had a run of games. Llorente, hit and miss, but more good than not. But yeah, but on that point, Pete, we need to sell players too. Like, we cannot just keep on buying players. Like, we're going to bid for this Aronson now. It could possibly go up to 25 million if Salzburg keep playing hardball. But who are we selling to balance these books? It's actually insane that we haven't sold a couple of these players in the form that they're in, or just at the point where they're at and got a bit of money back for them. Like, we should be doing that, but it just seems that no one wants to leave this happy family that we've got brewing in the first team. You know what I mean? It's like, no, we miss him so much. He's so good in the dressing room. I don't care about the dressing room. We know teams and know players that have been successful and they didn't like each other. Like, for me, it's not about happy families. It's about getting the best product on the pitch. But I just think everyone's just comfortable. That's my opinion, and it's been my opinion most of the season as well. And if January has taught us anything, we're on the 22nd of January, 22nd, not one first team signing, and we're a team that's won 4 league games all season, or maybe it's 5. Yeah, let me give them the correct credit. I shouldn't do that. Let me give them the correct credit if it's been 4 or 5 league wins. Oh, it doesn't say on the app. You guys tell me in the comments, but yeah, we're on 22 points, and yet we don't think that we need to get anybody out or in. Amazing. Jack Lenny, very valid opinion, KJ bro. Listen, whenever I talk, everyone needs to understand I don't do anything for over the top clicks, or clip ups or anything like that. I talk the way I do because I want the best for my football club. I do. I say it all the time. We here, everyone in this chat now, everyone that's watching the replay, we will be here long after all your favorite people that got us promoted from the championship. When they're gone, we'll still be here. And it all depends on what you want going forward. Do you want the club to go back to its heyday of challenging those big teams? Or do you want us to be the Roy Hodgson Crystal Palace? It's up to you. But I just know where I want to go. Jack Glennie, I'm here for the realism, mate. That's all I give you. Spiritual meditation, smash the like buttons. Yeah, please do that, people. Vic Vinegar, KG, you talk a lot of sense, my guy. I try. Let's have a look. Nick, Leeds United, 1919. Hi, great show. This season not finished yet. We are far from safe. So next season can wait. Once we know what league we're in. I still don't think we're going to get relegated. I still don't think that. I think that the bottom clubs are still worse than us. I just do. But come on. Let's do better. Harmony, absolutely with you on that, KG. Thank you. And like I say, you don't have to agree with me. You really don't. I don't look for echo chamber. I don't. If you got different opinions on what we should be doing at Leeds, then feel free to share them, honestly. Mr. P, another weekend ruined thanks to Leeds. Mr. P, now thank you for the super chat. Another big supporter of the channel. We also will persist with these experiments with Rodrigo, Roberts, regardless, and James up front. Yeah. It's like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, man. It's like keep seeing the same thing over and over again. I love that movie, by the way. I might watch that film to cheer me up. And give me a lift. Dan Savage, KG, the only players who are wanting to leave are the players who the club are pinning all their hopes on. Like the program notes say, it's not good, and everyone could see we needed early business. Yeah. Honestly. See, you guys are good, man. You guys are good. You get it. I like that. But my subscribers are great anyway. You guys usually talk sense with me, so it's all good. Yeah, Gary, and Gary's spot on here. Bottom clubs are worse than us. That's why it hurts so much. With you. I'm with you. Yeah, Chronicles, great movie, man. Groundhog Day, classic. Absolute classic. Clive saying, KG, I like you. You see it how it is not hype, but you were sucked in this week. I saw this F up coming as soon as I saw Robert's fear. Clive, what it is that I always say this, Clive. If I if I can't be confident against Newcastle United at home, this current version of Newcastle at home, then we might as well just pack it up and forget about it. We might as well forget it. But I feel you with the last bit of the sentence. I absolutely feel you. It's man, when I see that he's fit, I'm just like, yeah. Well, that's it. He's ahead in the pecking order. Doesn't matter he's the better player. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter one iota. He's gonna be ahead in the pecking order, Tyler Roberts, no matter what, when he's fit. It's awful. Uh Sajal, again, today was a perfect opportunity for us to put more distance between us and the bottom clubs. But hey, we are Leeds. Just knew we were going to blow it. Classic. It's sickening, man. It's sickening. This a comment just gone over. Let me just try and get back to it. David Dyer. Barcelona want Rodrigo. If they offer 15 million, we should take it and cut our losses. And I said this on the debrief this week. And it was quite a mixed reaction. I'm quite surprised, but I think people are more concerned with the lack of bodies in the team. I think that's probably what it is. But if you can get back 15 million after the way Rodrigo has performed for us overall during his time at Leeds, you have to take it. And once again, he's another roadblock that you can just get out of here and won't block the path of someone like Gelhardt. That's the way I see it. I don't think you're losing anything. You're losing more if we keep Rodrigo, and then what we do in the summer if Barcelona say, you know what, we've moved on now. We're probably stuck with him. And I don't think we should be stuck with him. And to be honest, I don't think Rodrigo wants to be stuck here either. I don't think he wants to be here either. I think if he could go back to Spain, I think he would do that. Athena, all I want this season is some consistency. I would love that too, Athena. Heading in a good direction. I didn't think that was too much to ask, really. Thanks for help. Thanks for keeping it realistic, KG. No problem, man. We all talked through this together, and hopefully you guys feel a bit better. Hopefully you feel a little bit better, though. Oh, man. Yeah, ST, that goal. We spoke about it already. What a soft goal. My keeper should be doing better than that. He's still the goalie, but nah, you gotta be saving that. Gotta be saving that. Melier have to. Jack Glenn, he can't wait for when we get Aronson in and Roberts comes on first. It would just be classic Leeds. It would be. It would be. C Stone saying Roberts must be the world's greatest murder ball player. Oh Lord, I have no idea. I have no idea. That's funny though. Uh, man. Henry Johnson, how can the fans see what's going wrong, but Marcelo just seems to look past it like Rui? Uh, Seems to look past it like there's nothing wrong. I don't know. I mean, we're not world class coaches though. So in all fairness, again, these are just fan opinions, aren't they? I'm a fan just like you guys, but yeah, you're right, Henry. Like it's just so obvious with what we need to do, but I don't know. Can't answer that. Only Marcelo Bielsa can answer that. Athena, it feels like self-sabotage. Run a high and then we ruin it ourselves. And that's the thing as well. We got such a long break until the next game that we're gonna have to sit with this loss until the next game comes around. I hate that. I hate that. I don't know what's worse, this one or losing on a Friday before the rest of the weekend games. I don't know what days to lose on. Probably this one because we've got to sit on this longer. Uh, Jordan, I'd pay someone 5 mil to take Roberts. Crazy, crazy. Gary Keefe, seriously, what is going on with Bamford? Hey, no one knows. I think it's going to be one of these where we'll find out at the end of the season once everything's finalized with league position and everything. I just don't think they want to give out too much information with him, because if they say now that he's out until the end of March, say, or something like that, then they know that everyone's going to pressure him to buy a striker, and I don't think they want that kind of pressure right now. Yeah. Mike, once again, the bloke who cannot even get in the Welsh team comes on and to try and change the game for us. Yeah, Mike, I feel you. I feel your frustration. And listen, we've gone for 50 minutes. I don't think there's anything else to say. You know what? One thing I will say, one observation that I have when I looked at this, and it's a conversation we were having. I had it in multiple group chats yesterday about the Premier League being the best league in the world, and it is a fine league. It really is. It's one of the best. I watch it a lot. I watch Ligue 1 a lot. I watch Serie A a lot. But the best league in the world currently has the title done. It's done. Like Man City, no one's catching Manchester City, regardless of what happens today. And then you've also got Norwich that have jumped out the bottom three with a minus 32 goal difference. That's disgusting. And it's just like, if any other league had had that kind of thing, we'd be calling it timber. We'd be calling it a farmers league. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just put it out there. It's crazy. But a team that's on minus 32 being out the bottom three is crazy. It's nuts. You know? And another thing I want to mention, because it's happened at our ground a few times with the players getting hit with bottles. What's going on with this missile stuff, man? Like, are we not allowing players to celebrate no more? Do we want this to be a cleansed game where players can't celebrate in front of opposition fans? It's not on you to then go and throw an object at them. It's on for you to cheer your team on to get a goal back. What's going on? Because it didn't happen in that game today, not that I know of, but it happened in the Everton Villa game earlier. But it's happened at our place too, against Brentford, and who else it happened to? It happened to somebody else. But it's like, you'd think that football fans would look at that and say, you know what, man, that looks scummy. It looks bad. It reflects bad on the fan base. But nah, football fans don't think like that. They think, you know what? I can't wait to throw a bottle at somebody else. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Like, really moronic ways of thinking. Like, I don't get it. I've been at Elland Road before when we was in the doldrums, and it would be a Tuesday. There'd be like, what, 10, 15,000 there. And I've had an opposition player literally celebrating in front of my face in the cup end. But never have I thought, you know what, let me find that object and throw something at him. Like, it's actually mad. It's actually insane. I just don't get that way of thinking. But the Premier League are going to do something about it very soon, because it's happening way too often. And then when the clubs that have done it get penalized, you're going to get all they penalize us, they're against us. No, just don't throw nothing. Simple. Chronicles saying fans are excusing the missile throwing so it will happen and become a thing. It's happening in the USA too. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the Chronicles. I've seen people talk about it and give excuses. They goaded us. They celebrated in front of me, so I had to throw something. How old are you, man? Like, just grow up a little. What's wrong with you? Man, it don't make no sense to me. It's immature, man. Yes, it was Gary. It was Burnley. Yeah, at Matt Loughton. You're right. You're right. It was. But yeah, Arsenal too. You know, Ramsdale put a collection on and gave it to the kit man. Like, it's a funny story, but it's not a funny action. And pretty much people are going to start to get banned soon. And then when that happens, you're going to be like, was it really worth me throwing a bottle at someone celebrating a goal? I always liken it to when I go to NHL games in America. You're an opposition fan. I went to a New Jersey Pittsburgh game in New Jersey wearing my Pittsburgh stuff, sitting with New Jersey Devil fans. I never got one bit of abuse. I was just like with the other 5 other Penguins fans, loving it. We was loving it. And we won 6-1 that day. And even after the game, Devils fans were just saying, oh, good game, nice game. Now, yes, fights sometimes do break out in the stands, but it's very rare. That's why it always gets filmed. But it's just different with football fans, man. It's just different. And the mentality has to change. Has to. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, listen, people. Let me just get your closing thoughts on the game today. Sorry, I went off on the tangent, there, but I gotta give my thoughts out when I see something that mm, just makes me think like, why is no one thinking of this stuff? But yeah, Gary Mill, honest opinion, KG, who needs moving on? As I feel 4 to 5 of the team today. That's a whole separate video, Gary. That's a whole separate video, and we will do that. I promise you. Bono Houston, thank you, KG, as always. You're still positive and all. Keep your heart. All leads, so we Bono Dublin. PS Newcastle is still going down. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. We give them a leg up on that one. We shouldn't be giving Newcastle their second win of the year. Come on, man. Athena, final thoughts. We just have to do better on every front. Yeah. Yeah, we do. Lewis saying Jaffe needs to play more, get next game. Keep on saying it, man. David O'Leary would have played Gilhart until he had no more life in him. That's what he used to do. But you know, let's see. Genghis Khan's mom. Radrazani talks European ball, but it's just a smokescreen to placate the fans. He's just happy to stay in the Prem and keep us mid-table. Any better would be pure luck with our poor recruitment. I see Radrazani though. I actually do believe that he does want European football, but at the moment they've got a conflict of interest in their heads. They want European football, but they want to do it with this set of players. The two don't marry. They're not going to get married. So you're going to have to choose if you want European football or keep this set of players. One has to go. That's just how it is. Let's have a look. Alan Drinkwater beat West Ham deservingly, then get beat off a piss poor team. God's sake. Frustration, I know. Me too, man. Me too. Me too. Oh, Scooby, no. Chapman scored 6 today. O'Leary way overrated. But they're just babies, Scooby. They're just babies. Come on. Spiritual meditation. Need to get you on 10K subs, mate. Most dedicated Leeds fan on YouTube by a mile. I mean, I don't do the whole super. I appreciate the subs thing. I don't do the whole dedicated Leeds fan. I think Connor's got a good shout for that. He does a lot of research into stuff. So you know, shout out to Connor. He puts a lot of effort into his work. You know, even though he does do like pie charts to tell us why Burnley are going to beat Leeds if they got Josh Brownhill in midfield. But listen, people. Yeah, listen, yeah. So let me just get a couple more in. Let's just get a couple more in because we haven't got a game in a while. So let me just stick with you a little bit more. John Everington, hi mate from New Zealand. Toon were crap and we were worse. Jaffe needs to start because Rodrigo ain't up to it. With you, John Everington, and shout out to you for listening from New Zealand. Mad all the countries people listen to, man. It's crazy. Sajar, great chat, KG. Promise I won't tell you to smile again. Keep up the great work. March on together. Shout out to you, Sajar. ST pie charts, you know. If Connor's watching this one, he's going to cuss me in the group chat. I know it. I'm ready for it, though. Yeah, Dale Steele, O'Leary had the equivalent of a Man City squad now. He was tremendously talented, wasn't it? It was a joke. It was an absolute joke. Glenn Hayes, KG retired, bad subs at bad times. Ziggy Jones, KG, can you stream 24 hours a day? I love everything you say, and your voice is like oral Valium. Ziggy, that's tremendous. That's tremendous. Oh my days. Oh man. That is tremendous. That has made me laugh. Damn, that has cheered me up. Thank you, Ziggy Jones. Thank you so much. Oh Lord, right. Listen, guys, we're coming up to an hour. We've got no game. We've got no game coming up for the next couple of weeks. I'm gonna try and get in a couple of shows. Hopefully, we'll have a show next week where we talk about a new signing coming in. That would be great. If it's not before next week, I'm gonna try and get somebody on with me to talk about the transfer window. and things like that. Just a general football chat would be something minor. Minor. We'll do like an hour or something, hopefully. But yeah, listen. Summary of this: Leeds United 0, Newcastle 1. Nothing up top. Toothless aggression, and well, it's gutting, disappointing. But listen, people, get your thoughts in. If you're watching the replay, please like the video and get your thoughts in the comments about the game today or anything that I've said today. I'm always looking to hear it and read it. So, yeah. On that note, people, peace out.